Insights, practical truths for successful living with Carl Summer.
The Emperor's New Clothes teaches the importance of honesty and what happens when one is governed by pride. The Emperor was exceptionally proud and loved to receive the praises from his subjects. Everything he did was for show. Because of his lavish spending, there remained little left for other services for the kingdom. Soldiers were poorly dressed and often had to beg for food. When a court official suggested an increase in soldiers' pay, the emperor flew into a violent rage and threatened the official with jail time. The official got the message, and so did all the other subjects in the kingdom. From then on, no one would dare challenge the king. I've met those who refuse to accept correction or advice. It's the same effect as water dripping on granite. It does nothing. They are the fount of all wisdom, and unless they come up with the idea, it will be rejected. Because they refuse to listen to advice, many end up suffering for their folly. One of the keys to success is to always have an open mind and relish wisdom and correction. I implore you, parents and teachers, teach your children to have an open mind for truth. I'm constantly searching for ideas. I've discovered long ago that in a multitude of counselors, there is safety. The more one knows how little one really knows. I've learned long ago that there are many people much smarter than I am. So I've learned to seek after other people's knowledge and experience. The Summertime Stories that you're seeing back of me, some of them, has won over 40 awards. It's not because I'm so smart. I'm constantly seeking correction and advice from others. The harder they criticize, the more I like it. One of my businesses, Reliable EDM, is the largest job shop in North America. If you're curious, you can go to our website at www.reliableedm.com. We have over 20 free training videos describing this specialized machining process. How did it get this way? Listening to customers and pleasing them, following the golden rule. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Knowing the pride of the emperor, two lazy swindlers began thinking, how can they deceive the emperor? They finally concoct a plan to weave for the emperor a garment that has magical powers, that if no one sees the garment, that person is unfit for office or very foolish. The vain emperor falls for the trap. He's excited that with these garments he would have the power to discover who is unfit for office. So many people are gullible. There are many swindlers promising wealth and cures if you only follow their secret techniques. But first, you must hand them money. Learn to think and check things out. Don't believe everything you hear. When the Prime Minister was sent to examine the progress of the garments being made, he doesn't see anything. He can't be unfit. That would be terrible. So he lies to the emperor. The emperor goes to see the garments for himself, and the same thing happens to him. He can't see anything either. But the emperor says the garments are beautiful. The swindlers go to the palace, and everyone claps at the wonderful garments that they can't see. Crowd mentality. If everyone does it, it must be right. If everyone cheats, so will I. If everyone lies, so will I. If everyone smokes, so will I. If everyone drinks, so will I. It takes courage to stand up and do what's right when those around you are doing things that are wrong. Teach your children, parents, to be courageous and stand up for what's right. All this deception took place because the proud emperor refused to listen to correction. He never wanted anyone to disagree with him. People despise those who are proud and praise those who are meek and humble. The day came for the emperor to receive his garments. He's flattered as he sees himself in his underwear. When he parades before the people, everyone claps and exclaims about the garments. They are beautiful. However, there's one boy named Frederick who doesn't join the crowd. The boy was taught by his parents to always tell the truth. When the emperor was exposed by little Frederick, he was furious at himself. When I had the artist draw this picture, the artist drew those behind the emperor with smiles and those in front of the emperor in shock. I purposely changed my story to include this in my book. How true it is when the proud are exposed, people rejoice. Think of all the embarrassments the king must have had parading around in his underwear. Parents, are you open to hear truth and correction? You may quickly reply, oh yes, I'm the open-minded type. Now I'm going to ask you a very tough question. When your mate corrects you, how do you react? Is it first an iron gate that shuts down over your mind and heart? Or do you really listen to your mate? One of the biggest reasons for marital difficulties is mates don't really listen to each other. Parents, I encourage you, do this. The next time your mate corrects you when you do something wrong, really listen. And if he's right or she is right, say it. You're right. I'm sorry, I was wrong. You may have to pick up your mate from the floor from a sudden heart attack, but try it. It will do wonders for your marriage. Be teachable and be always open for correction. You may say, I do this all the time, but my mate doesn't. Regardless what your mate does, you purpose to do what's right. Often, this act of humility can cause changes in the one you love. Because of Frederick's honesty, the emperor knew that he had someone who could be trusted. And parents, teach that to your children to always tell the truth and be an example to them of always telling the truth. He then trains Frederick to become the next prime minister. Challenge your children to live a life of integrity. It can lead to great dividends for their future.